From making a main level go completely invisible to bypassing 9,999 FPS, here are 21 ways to break Geometry Dash. The previous world record for highest FPS in Geometry Dash was 9,999. But what would happen if you bypassed limits and made it 100,000 frames per second? Well, one player actually tried it and things got weird. The wave icon starts bouncing up and down, teleporting a little, but still moving in a straight line. Then it morphs into a wave ship, and it gets even crazier because the wave even starts teleporting. If I tried this, my PC would probably teleport out of existence. In the 2.2 update, the level editor got a bunch of new features, but addition of triggers made the game insanely breakable. For example, if you set a teleportation trigger with coordinates beyond the map's limits, your entire level will literally just disappear along with you. Now, if you throw in a zoom trigger to the same spot, you'll still see your icon, but it'll just be completely stuck. Add objects like monsters before teleporting and watch them glitch out like crazy. This probably had RobTop a little triggered too. Some players discovered a crazy bug that lets you pass through anything in Geometry Dash. If you use a dash orb and tweak it to have unlimited speed, your icon can zoom straight through whatever's in its way, whether it's deadly or not. This works because Geometry Dash runs 240 physics checks per second, but with infinite speed, it doesn't even get a chance to do a single one. So you're essentially bypassing all physics by doing this. Wait, does this mean I can fly? Speaking of going through objects, there's actually another way to achieve it, and it's done using RobTop's biggest enemy, the slope. However, this slope glitch also found its way into platformer levels too. When your icon collides into a slope, it gets teleported on top, and if you stretch the slope, you'll teleport even further through it. Some levels even use this as a creative way to make a secret path. At this point, RobTop should just give up and remove them from the game completely. Just kidding, don't do that. Another trigger causing chaos in the 2.2 update is the arrow trigger. Yeah, you guessed it, because this trigger lets you change the direction of your icon, sending it in whichever way you set. But here's where the issue really starts. If you aim the arrow downward in classic levels, activating it makes you glitch right through the ground. And now you're essentially playing a platformer, moving forwards and backwards in ways you weren't supposed to. What's even crazier is that the progress bar continues to go until 100% passed, and this glitch also works in all game modes. Sound effects used to have no object limit, and it was a disaster. However, before you'd go and spam a million fire and the whole sound effects to troll players, well, it would just crash your entire game. Honestly, even with limits being introduced, it's still pure chaos. This glitch literally made the game think you were cheating. When the 2.2 update dropped, we got middle grounds as a decoration to add some depth to level, and it looked amazing. Everyone was hyped to make their levels look cooler, but the hype didn't last very long, because if you used this decoration and launched the level, it wouldn't even let you open your own level. Turns out the game's anti-cheat mistook it for a hack. Thankfully, it got patched later on, but could this mean RobTop used cheats in Geometry Dash? Did you know you could save grind time and Paths of Power by simply saving the game? In case you didn't know, Paths of Power is a system where you could collect moons and spend orbs to unlock paths that contain icons. It's essentially a battle pass that's also really time consuming. However, players found a crazy exploit. Saving the game on 2 devices at the same time would glitch the system, unlocking all the paths without spending a single orb. Of course, it didn't take long for RobTop to notice, and he patched it in the next update. But hey, at least he lowered the prices a bit. Speaking of saving time, did you know you can instantly complete any level in Geometry Dash? This glitch isn't new. It actually dates back to version 1.9, but it's made a comeback with the 2.2 update. All you need to do is press and hold the play button, then hit delete. When it asks if you want to delete the level, press yes and then let go of the play button, and boom, you are now in an empty level that counts as the one you selected before. When it comes to breaking Geometry Dash, you'll get a death stare from RobTop, but what if you made your own replica game and broke it as you wish? A player named MacroPixel actually did this by creating his Geometry Dash clone version, and since he had access to the game's code, he could change whatever he wanted. Just like how he added guns and swords so you can destroy objects, and he also made it so if you pull progress bars, you can actually turn back time. Did you know you can get kicked out of Geometry Dash just for checking the comments? Well, that's only if you've entered parental settings and disabled them. If you try to view comments on any level after that, bam, your game crashes instantly. Looks like Geometry Dash takes parental control settings more seriously than any other game out there. Also guys, real quick, I have a Discord server now where I'll be posting event announcements, live stream announcements, and opportunities where you can actually be inside of my videos. So go join now if you want to play some Geometry Dash with me. Trust me, it's gonna be lit. Alright, back to the video. Speaking of crashing your game, did you know you can do it just by trying to download the Theory of Everything 2 soundtrack? If you find it in the game's soundtrack list and hit download, your game will just crash instantly. Why? Because there's no actual link to the song in the settings. So yeah, it's basically a theory of nothing. With this sneaky setting change, you can destroy another player's game and progress. All you have to do is open the color details in the level editor and change the value to anything over 999. Then when you try entering the level, bam, instant crash. And the scary part is that if someone else tries it, they could lose their save in Geometry Dash and cause total chaos. Let's hope nobody gets any bright ideas. This level slows down Geometry Dash. It's called Time Wrap Smuggling, and it spawns you in a level where you just die instantly. But here's the catch. You're supposed to leave the level and try playing any other level instead. Once you do, everything is slowed down. Could this be the ultimate new meta for beating insanely hard demon levels? Did you know you can create black holes in Geometry Dash? Okay, well, not really, but you can essentially make a particle accelerator. Just head to the editor, build a quarter, and place 4 teleport triggers that link directly to each other. When your icon enters, it'll go absolutely bonkers. And if you leave it long enough, you might create Okay, that was crazy, but what's even crazier is that you can break your game with a spawn and stop trigger. Here's how. In the editor, place a spawn trigger with a delay, then add a stop trigger to cancel the spawn trigger. When you activate it in the level, boom, it instantly crashes the game. Did you know it's actually possible to play 2 main levels at the exact same time? To pull this off, enter the main level screen, then slide until you can see 2 levels at once. Press and hold both levels, then release, and you'll enter one level, but the collisions from the other level will still apply. But what happens if you complete the level? Do you get credit for both? Someone try this out and let me know in the comments. This symbol glitch can hack your stats without you even knowing it. If you press and hold the play button, you'll start the level as usual, but if you still keep holding, your icon will keep jumping. Then after you die, your jump count will skyrocket into the millions. I have no idea how Robtop managed to let this bug slip, but it could totally mess up the game's player stats. But that's not as crazy as adding an innocent color tag to make your level's description unreadable. Color tags are meant to style text and level descriptions, but here's the catch. If you forget to close the tag, save the description, and then open the comments menu, boom, your game just crashes instantly. If you got an iPhone or Mac, just know that Robtop kinda hates you. Why? Well, for a brief period, if you tried opening Geometry Dash on an iPhone running iOS 15 or 17, the game wouldn't even launch. And Mac users, they couldn't open the 2.2 update when it first dropped. Even those lucky enough to just open the game would crash instantly when they try to play any level. An apple a day really does keep Robtop away. But I bet you didn't know that you could literally break the game by just scrolling through the main level. In earlier versions of Geometry Dash, if you were to keep swiping left, there used to be a chance where every second level was just Stereo Madness. Okay, this might sound obvious, but playing around with a level's code can demolish your game. If you place a move trigger, then head to code editing mode and set it to a random high number, the moment you touch that trigger in your level, the game will try to move you to a non-existing group, and as a result, it will go kaboom. However, the same effect can be accomplished by copying move triggers from a level called Diamond Blade, which were placed on certain locations to kick you in case you tried something suspicious. Honestly, if you aren't a professional coder, then I wouldn't recommend touching the code, otherwise Robtop might visit you in your sleep. Enabling this filter is going to filter you out of the game, literally. Go to the level's editor settings and enable the select filter, then delete the filter to any object and place the speed portal. And congrats, you broke the game once again. But there's a bonus fact that nobody can ever guess, because did you know that if you purchase 67 mangoes, then Robtop will personally hand deliver you a message saying he goons to you on Skibbity Tung 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 Sahur. There you have it, 21 ways to break Geometry Dash. Make sure to subscribe and check out the video on screen.